We are picking up right where we left off in the last video with JavaScript objects. And you will remember we talked about properties and how we can use those to describe our particular object, which in this case is our orc. So we came up with a color green, we came up with the orc's height, which is at 5 feet, and we came up with its weight, which is 180 pounds. And of course, these are variables, but you will remember we call them properties once we put these inside our object. So that is part one of the equation. The other part involves actions, giving our object actions. Because in real life, a lot of objects perform actions. So our orc could run, he could eat, he could sleep, he could swim, he could yell. And so we use functions to create actions for our object. And in this case, you can see right here, I created a function for yelling. And it's sort of similar to properties. You'll see here that we specify the name, we use a colon, then we use the function keyword, and then it's just like a normal function. We use the parentheses, and then we use the squiggly brackets, and in between the squiggly brackets, we put in some statements to execute. And in this case, we're going to do a document.write, and the orc will yell out, "Orcs are the best." Now, similar to variables and properties, functions are a little bit different inside the object as well. As you can see over here in this standalone function, we specify the function keyword first. Well, over here, it's second. And you can see here we have the name. Well, we specify that first in the object. So you can see it's a little bit different in the way variables and properties are. So again, we almost flip these once we get into the object. Now, similar to the way variables are renamed once they get inside the object, functions also have a different name. We call them methods. So it's actually not called a function, even though it is a function. Now, I don't know why they decided to do that, but anyways, they are called methods once you place a function inside the object. Now, if you want to continue calling them functions, that's fine. I kind of think of them as functions anyways, but the real technical lingo is to call them methods. Now, you will remember in the last video, when we want to access something in our object, we have to specify the object name, then dot, and then the property, in this case color. We use the same exact syntax to access functions. So once again, we need to have the object name first, then we use dot, and then we just specify the method, which in this case is our yell method. And then this will get executed and the orc would yell out, "Orcs are the best." Now, we'll be able to tie something together right now. Now this document.write will make more sense. The document is an object. Yes, we are accessing the document. And there's the dot we've talked about, and we are accessing the write method. So this should now all make sense what this document.write is. And we'll be doing a lot more with the document object. But this too is an object, and we can access its properties and methods just like any other object. So that should make more sense now. Okay, that is going to do it for this video. Now, in the next video, we'll code our first object.